We are live like a couple of night owls. That we are. It is Rick Kamla. It is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. We've been known to text each other at 3 o'clock in the morning up making fantasy moves in the wee hours when you all are sleeping and having weird dreams, and we're up making fantasy sports decisions. That's what we do. We're about to get to our Magic Man of the night and recap a very fun, exciting, and interesting Wednesday in the NBA. We want to tell you about Bet Online. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting and all the madness. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds in everything from college basketball to a $200,000 bracket contest. Bet Online continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every Cinderella story to every hat trick, Bet Online has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. Bet Online. The game starts here. Dr. A, who's your Magic Man?
Ricky Props, I have a question first. My driveway gets a lot of hype, and you actually lived here for several months.
Correct.
Do you remember struggling with my driveway?
Your driveway is, what would be an analogy for it? Like you go to those you go to those gyms that have the rock climbing walls, like they've got the basketball, but they've got, like the rock climbing walls, the little things on it that's what Doc's driveway is. It's like a rock climbing wall. That's how steep it is.
I'm old. I've got some issues. I don't take our trash can up that driveway anymore like I used to back in the day. It's Soren's job. He's a senior in high school. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. I think Bet Online has the over-under, or not the over-under. They've got he's a minus 110 as to whether or not he takes the trash can up in the morning for trash day. Do you think he's going to do it or not? I mean, historically, he's about 60-40 of actually doing it when he's supposed to.
Is he awake right now?
He probably is awake playing video games right now. And
does he hear you talking?
Like 5.5 hours.
Does he hear you talking through the house right now, or does he have no idea what you're saying right now?
He does not hear me.
I'm going to bet against him taking the stuff to the trash to the road then.
Okay. All right.
He hasn't done it yet, and it's midnight.
Oh no, he does it when he gets up for school. But then but he only does it half the time. He's 100%.
I'm betting on the young fella. I'm taking him. I'm taking him minus 110. Let's go.
60% of the time, the trash can gets up the driveway every time. All right. My Magic Man, I'm probably stealing your thunder here. This is a gimme.
Is it Sora?
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And the game of the night, the Thunder went traipsing into the story.
OKC got a cover. Let's go.
Oh, I changed my mind today, by the way. I was all over OKC. I'm like, wait, the best team in the league is getting points. What am I doing?
That's right. I said the same thing.
And I changed my tune from last night. But there were possibly better stat lines out there. But the fact that Shai had 34 points, 5 boards, 7 assists, a steal, 2 threes, shot over 50% from the floor, and 10 of 11 from the free throw line. And they got the win at Boston without Jalen Williams. I'm like, that's my dog. That I was all over OKC to win it all when we first started talking about this year. And then you add in the fact that ESPN threw out a little stat tonight that he leads the NBA in 20-point games, 30-point games, 40-point games, and 50-point games this season. Hello. And yeah, Jokic is having a year, man. But I this is SGA's this is his show.
This is an epic MVP race. A lot of times, Doc, it's pretty clear cut. A lot of times there's a leader and then there's a guy that's like kind of close, but we have two guys that are having historically awesome seasons. Jokic is having a career year. SGA's having a career year, but SGA's been, I think individually, just a little bit better than Jokic. I'm going to just say it like that. He hasn't been anything more than a little bit better than Jokic, in my opinion. Team-wise, there's a huge gap between OKC and Denver. Team-wise, like 12 games. Okay, so and look, I interviewed Howard Beck on the Sports Ethos NBA show with some guy named Rick Kamla on Monday. He had SGA. The straw poll that Tim Bontemps recently did had SGA. He's going to win the award. The Vegas board in the books right now says that he's going to win. And so my Magic Man of the night was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but I will, for the sake of content, go in another direction here, Doc.
There's tons of 30 and 10 games out there. Like it was tough to actually choose tonight.
I want to shout out Jalen Green. I want to give him my Magic Man of the night because Jalen Green has been doo-doo for a week. And tonight, pop, 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 3 threes. And this is against Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Phoenix is toxic, as Doc likes to say they are. But Jalen Green, you love that word with them. But Jalen Green needed a game like this. And you know what? Houston needed every one of these goodies to get the job done against the Phoenix Suns. Obviously, why isn't Cam Whitmore playing? I don't get it. Amen Thompson is out. Jabari Smith's coming off the bench. Our guy Cam Whitmore can get no burn. Ime Udoka, you know you're the homie. I love you, Ime Udoka. I don't understand Cam Whitmore being with the Stay Ready group right now. Random ass take from your boy Cam. So I go with Jalen Green. You go with SGA. Let's get into your must-add players.
The honorable mentions for Magic Man tonight. My guy, Miles Bridges, had 31, 11, and 4 blocks. Trey had 35, 7, and 12 dimes. Bogey Bogdanovic had 30 and 10. Tyler Hero had 31, 6, and 7. De'Aaron Fox had 32, 9, and 11. Nikola Jokic is in the middle of a 34.7 rebound bonanza. And Jason Tatum had 33, 8, and 8. And my guy, Quentin Grimes, 29 points, 3 steals. And let's not forget little old Luke Kennard blowing up for 30 points. All right.
So that's the show. We'll talk to you guys on Thursday night. Thanks for coming out.
Tons of Magic Men. Tons of possibilities there. Ads. I've got. I can't even say it, dude. I'm gonna skip him because he can't possibly be an ad.
I know.
I wrote him down. He was at the top of the board early. Bogey Bogdanovic and his 30 points. Let's start with that. Norm Powell is still not back. I don't know when he's coming back.
Norman.
Derek Jones Jr. and Amir Coffey are not getting it done. And I mean, the door is wide open for Bogey. And Bogey had not played very well before tonight. So I think Bogey Bogdanovic is a guy you go out and pick up and just take the good with the bad. I think he had 30 points, 11 boards. For the Clippers tonight, your guy, Brandon Williams for the Dallas Mavericks. Spencer Dinwiddie may not be the guy. I feel like Brandon Williams, and when you were hyping Brandon Williams a week ago, I got all fired up and tried to pick him up where I could. I missed him in a couple spots. You got him in 30 deep. He's probably in your lineup this week.
He's not.
I would have killed to have had Brandon Williams in my lineup this week because my lineup is trash. I have 2 DNPs. But Brandon Williams had 19.6 assists for Dallas. And like that team is just broken, man. Like there's nothing left. They're just scraping together pieces, and Brandon Williams is a piece. And him and Max Christie and Spencer Dinwiddie are going to do stuff. Your guy, PJ Washington, was out tonight. I'm sure that was heartbreaking for you. Another Dallas player who's been great. You talk about him all the time. I'm a big fan. Najee Marshall, 15, 3, 2 steals again tonight. And my guy, Quentin Grimes. It should not be on waivers anywhere. 29 points, 3 steals. And the guy that I wanted to list as an ad, but I just can't do it, is a dude named Jared Rhoden. for the Toronto Raptors. He went off for 25 points, 12 boards, and 4 threes.
4 steals and also 5 assists.
4 steals, 5 assists. That is a guy at least you should be looking at in 30 deep. I wish I would have run and gotten him. But just keep an eye on Jared Rhoden.
Pardon me for that. Jared Rhoden has been starting for Toronto, which makes it interesting because Agbaji is out. Grady Dick is hurt. Tonight was the Tank Festival with Philadelphia, which was won by Toronto because Philadelphia wanted it that way. But look, a couple of things. I want to start with the Toronto guys here. Masai Ujiri is one of the best talent evaluators in the game. I am a talent evaluator. If you are a GOAT of fantasy sports, you are a talent evaluator. That is what you do. Doc is a talent evaluator. Andre Lemouche, Aaron Bruschi, we are talent evaluators. So us talent evaluators grade other talent evaluators. Like in the NFL, there is nobody better than Howie Roseman of the Philadelphia Eagles. No one, okay? Jerry West for a long time in the NBA. Masai Ujiri is a GOAT of player evaluation. So, like, I'm not surprised that Jared Rhoden, who the F is that? Went 25, 12, and 5 with 4 steals tonight. That's so typical of Masai Ujiri. Found another one. Orlando Robinson tonight. 25, 12, and 6. 2 threes.
Who is that? Who he play for?
Orlando Robinson, backup center for the Toronto Raptors. Doc, I watched a little talent evaluation for you. I watched Orlando Robinson. I forget the year. I think it was last year. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't remember. Too many games. I'm watching Orlando Robinson in the summer league for the Miami Heat, okay? And he's out there. He's all long and talented and skilled and banging threes and showing me the wetter. And I'm like, I like that guy. I'm going to keep that guy in mind, okay? Why is Orlando Robinson on my team in 30 deep right now and in my lineup against Aaron Bruschi in a quarterfinal game? Because I watched him in a summer league game 2 freaking years ago and saw him pop, and I liked what I saw. Boom, Masai Ujiri, okay? Talent evaluation. And then, Doc, we get to this guy, AJ Lawson. Who is he? What is his story? What is going on? 28 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 threes. You saw the line in the previous game, Doc. Dude, okay, I just want to say it like this. Andre says, Jared Rhoden, former legend of Doc's favorite team, the Greensboro Swarm, with your boy Damian Bow. I love it. Damian Bow, I should say, has his number retired by the Greensboro Swarm, and your boy Jared Rhoden is not far behind. Yes, I'm joking. But anyway, Doc, if you put AJ Lawson's last 2 games back to back and compared them with every other player in the league and their back-to-back last 2 games, I bet you Jared Rhoden is at least first-round value in his last. Pardon me, AJ Lawson is at least first-round value in his last 2 games. He's been that freaking good, dude.
And Jared Rhoden might be too after tonight. Like, even if that's 1 game. Yeah. I guess there's a lot of
give me one guy you're pick. Are you picking any of these guys up? Jared Rhoden, Orlando Robinson, AJ Lawson. Are you leaving them on waivers? Or do you have the tickle? Are you picking any of them up? Obviously, we had Barnes, Barrett, and Quickly all out tonight. They played in the previous game. Again, I think this was the Tank Festival here, but I know our audience members want to know because these are some big-time performances.
I mean, if I'm sitting on Bol or actually, if I'm sitting on my drop list, which is Bol, Nick Smith, and Jaime Jaquez, I'd cut all 3 of those guys, pick those 3 guys up. Because the dudes that I just mentioned, Bol, Nick Smith, and Jaime Jaquez aren't doing anything for me. Yeah, give me those guys. Let me see what happens. I'm sure there are players being held. I'm sure Mike Conley is on some roster somewhere, right? Drop him.
Right. Yeah.
Drop him and pick up one of these dudes.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, there's people out there that still have Tyus Jones and Clint Capella and guys like that, right? There's people that still have Trace Jackson Davis on their team, and he's a freaking G-Leaguer right now.
Trace Jackson Davis. Oh.
Dude, his roster percentage in Yahoo is still like 40% or something.
What could have been?
Steve Kerr. You know, you remember in Seinfeld, right? Newman. Remember Jerry'd always get like foiled by Newman. He'd be Newman.
Yeah.
That's Kerr. Kerr is our Newman, dude. Kerr.
Hello.
That's who he is to us.
Hello.
Not good.
Steve.
Doc, I think we got to go pick up. Andre, please help me with the pronunciation of this guy. Literally, as I'm like going on my walk and stuff, I'm thinking, Andre told me how to pronounce this guy's name. How do you pronounce this guy's name? I'm very, very weird. I can't stop thinking about basketball. I believe it's Adem Bona. Adem Bona. Did I get that right, Andre? I'm pretty sure. I try to be really like on point with pronunciations because that's our job. Okay. So it's Adem. It's not Udem, right? It's Adem.
Adem
Bona. Adem Bona. Okay. Anyway, enough with the alphabet soup. But tonight, 13-9, 1 assist, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Doc, look at Adem Bona's game log. It's pretty good. Kind of sexy. He had a 5-block game recently. He had 2 more blocks tonight. Came off the bench. We know Philly's in a hard-ass tank right now. Drummond's probably going to be shut down here eventually, but you know what they did tonight, right? Drummond played some minutes. Oubre played some minutes. They played the young guys. Like, they tried to lose the game tonight. Philadelphia clearly, obviously tried to lose this basketball game tonight, and it worked because they did. But I like Adem Bona, dude. I think he's a really good pickup right now. How about you?
You know, I feel like this Sixers team is more like your jam. It's got your Kelly Oubre. It's got your Adem Bona. It's got your Jeff Doughton. It's got your Lonnie Walker and Ricky Council. Like, this is a Ricky Props looking squad.
It's got my dancing squad. It kind of is.
It's got the dancing bear. Like, the only guys I pay attention to on this team are Quentin Grimes and Andre Drummond. But yeah, man, once Drummond goes bye-bye and joins Joel Embiid and Paul George and Tyrese Maxey and the rest of the Sixers recent Hall of Famers in street clothes, Bona's going to play. I mean, you and I have broken down in detail how hard this team is going to tank. And unlike some of these other teams like Portland and Washington, Philly knows how to tank. Like, they are doing this up. They're doing it right. And that means guys like Bona and Quentin Grimes and Doughton and Ricky Council are all going to ball down the stretch, man. They're going to ball.
Dude, Ricky Council's going to make Damian Baugh his little, you know what? Like, he's going to be way better.
I need Damian Baugh to get out of the G League and back to Charlotte stat.
You've got the teams, the Washingtons, the Utahs that that we know that are at the bottom, right? So, okay, we don't know exactly where they're going to pick, but we know that they're going to have their pick. That's why Philadelphia is in such a hard tank right now. They are trying to keep their pick. It is a different, more desperate tank than even a tank for Cooper Flagg, because the best you can do is a 14% chance of getting Cooper Flagg. Even if you were Washington with the worst record in the league, best you can do is 14%. So for Philadelphia, it's not about Cooper Flagg. It's about keeping the first-round pick, which will be very high in the draft. So they, to me, right now are the most earnestly tanking team that we have in the NBA, because Utah played all their guys on Wednesday night. They played Markkanen, they played Sexton, they played Clarkson, and they played Collins. Hey! Look at you guys. I like it. I do. Okay, let's get back to our list here. Case and Wallace, guys, look them up. With J-Dub out, J-Dub is out with no timetable for a return. Buzzkill. But Case and Wallace tonight, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 steals, 1 3. Goody guy. He's one of the best steal guys in the NBA right now. I like him a lot. Doc, Pardon me. Are you moved at all by Luke? You mentioned it earlier when you were running through every single box score for every game tonight. But
I just hit the big names that we're not even going to talk about.
I know. I love busting balls, man. Are you moved at all by Luke Kennard hitting for 30 in 31 minutes tonight? Are you actionating that at all? I know that's not a word, but are you moved by that at all?
As Matt Straub and I used to say back in the day, he is a serviceable and intriguing player. Am I running and not walking to pick up Luke Kennard? No. I mean, all you got to do is look at his game log. Like, I'll tell you what happened tonight. First of all, they were playing against the professional tankers from Utah. He got hot and hit 11 of 14 shots. He couldn't miss. He was on fire. But you look at his game log, and it's like his previous 2 games, he had 7 points and he had 2 points. Before that, he had 17. He had 14 before that. He had 6. He had 6. It's just a roller coaster of crap. And he's serviceable. He's intriguing. But just because he scored 30 doesn't mean I'm going to run out and pick him up. But if I need a warm body for the next time they play and I got an open spot, I'll roll the dice.
Here's what you do with Luke Kennard. You definitely do not pick him up. And what do we do after pop games, class? We fade, okay? You are fading Luke Kennard in his next game. He just had 30 points in 31 minutes. I would bet my heart that he does not do that again, okay? He's not. A significant body part would be right there on the table. There's no way. Guys, literally, virtually undefeated, fading coming off of pop games, career years, career games. Virtually undefeated. It is the best angle that I have in betting and in fantasy is fading the pop, fading the career game, the career year.
Do you know the last time Luke Kennard scored 30 points this year?
I'm going to say he hasn't scored 30 this year.
You are correct.
You
are correct.
Look at me reading through your trick question right there. I think we've known each other for a while.
He has scored 20 points three times this season prior to tonight.
You know what we're doing with Luke Kennard? I don't care who they're playing. I don't care where they're playing them. I don't care if Jaren Jackson Jr. and John Moran play or not. We're going under on Luke Kennard point prop. That's what we're doing, class. That's what we're doing. Lock it up. And then Doc, I kind of agree. I kind of disagree with you on Bogey. Kawhi Leonard was out tonight, and so boom, he stepped up, had 30. I just need to see more from Bogey. If y'all want to get on the Bogey thing, go ahead. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna buzzkill you. I'm not with it though. I'm not with it. He's a waiver wire guy.
At least Bogey let us know he can still play, right? Like he's kind of stuck.
He has.
And he really should have tons of opportunity with Norman Powell not in there, but it just hasn't materialized. So good point.
You made a great point. What he did tonight, he proved to us that he could still have a big ass game. I mean, 30, 11, and 4.
Good point on Kawhi not being out there because that's why it happened.
That's why it happened. So again, what are we doing with Bogey? What are we doing with Bogey, class, for the next game? Point prop under. Spike for 30 points. Point prop under. I'm telling you, you will win. Finally, Doc, I saved the best for last. Brandon Williams is back. And I am really, really excited about this, Doc. I can't get super excited about it because dang it, I'm in a snake pit with Aaron Brewski right now. Okay. So I'm not looking ahead. I know how the bracket is stacked, and that I know if I'm lucky enough to beat Aaron Brewski, and if you're lucky enough to beat, I think it's David Kleiss, that you and I will meet in the 30 deep semifinals. And there would be nothing that I would like to do more than jam Brandon Williams right up your left nostril after you tried to voodoo doll put a spell on my boy and kept me from being able to start him this week against Brewski because of that little hammy he picked up over the weekend, because all you're hating.
No, he's in my lineup tonight. I've got him in Cam Dynasty. He's in my starting lineup, bro.
I know you sure were hating on me for picking him up, though, dude. You said,
I was mad. I was sad I didn't get him. I thought it was a great pickup. I was like, that's a game, could be a game winner, dude. I can't believe you didn't play him this week.
What do you mean you can't believe I didn't play him this week? It's a stupid-ass weekly lineup where you have to start a guy on Monday and take the results. I have Brandon Williams coming off of a game in which he pulls his hamstring and then he does not play on Monday. So I'm going to push back on your little judgy moment there. You can't play a guy with a hammy going into a week where you can't change your lineup against Aaron Brewski. That's not how you win. So I played Isaiah Joe over him. I mean, I didn't want to, but I had to.
Isaiah Joe's solid, dude. There's nothing. I mean, your lineup is way more solid than mine. I have like 6 good players and then garbage. So I would have, Brandon Williams probably would have been would he have been? He probably would have been in my lineup, but it's only because I started 2 guys who may not even play this week. So,
yeah, I just have a rule. Like, I lost in a 30 deep run. I even forget the scenario, Doc, but I think it was the Gobert thing. Like a couple of years ago, I had to start Gobert and he ended up not playing. I think he came back for the last game of the week, but I missed 3 games from him, ended up losing. And I was pissed because, like, if it's a daily league, I don't lose my game because of that Rudy Gobert decision. So you got to be healthy going into the week. Otherwise you're dead to me. It's a rule that I have in 30 deep with these stupid weekly lineups. I hate it.
Was that when Rudy licked a microphone? A microphone. Rudy licked a microphone. My Corona.
No, it was after. It was in between now and Rudy licked a microphone. Woo! I love it, dude. I love it. Brandon Williams. Guys, Brandon Williams has been cut in leagues. Go get him. If you're in Yahoo leagues, check your waiver wire. You're going to put in one of the overnight bids because he's not going to be green. He'll be yellow, okay? Which means you got to put in a waiver wire bid on him. Go do that for Brandon Williams. I mean, tonight, Doc, 28 minutes, 19, 3 and 6, 2 steals, 2 threes. He's a goody guy. Brandon Williams is a goody guy. Talent evaluation, Doc. You know what? I saw Brandon Williams in the silly season with the Portland Trailblazers have some big games. Like 3 years ago, remember when Dame was tanking and Brandon Williams had some pop games? I'm like, I like that dude. Dude.
This is so setting up for revenge for you from 2012 when I picked up Jeremy Lin about the same week you picked up Brandon Williams. And then you and I met in the finals and I ran Jeremy Lin up your nostril and won because of Jeremy Lin. And you're about to do the same thing with Brandon Williams while I've got Micah Potter and Damian Ball out there.
I would love that. But I got work to do and you got work to do as well. This week against Kleiss for you and Brewski for me. Give me 3 drops after Wednesday night's action, Dr. A.
All right, Dad. I said Bol and I said Nick Smith and I said Jaime Jaquez. But I'm sure there's tons of other ones out there.
Well, why do you have to be so difficult to work with and just say it like that? Like,
once we get into the night and the broadcast, I have trouble multitasking. I cannot do 2 things at once, dude. I simply cannot. I'll be driving and my wife's having a conversation with me and like we were driving to the hospital, dude, having a kid. And she's like, you realize you're going to, like, it's a long story, but I drove past the exit of the hospital because I was doing 2 different things at once. I just can't do it. I cannot. I'm a one-trick pony, much like Luke Kennard. I can hit 3s. That's about it.
I mean, I would rather like do something, finish it, move on to the next thing and finish it, move on to the next thing and finish it, rather than have 3 things that I'm working on at the same time. So I'm with you on that. I don't know what the hell that means. So let's get back to basketball here. Guys, are you watching us live? You are. Awesome. Okay. Make sure you join us on YouTube. We will be doing an exclusive Q&A at the end of the show over here. If you're listening on the podcast feed, thank you. Do not forget to join our community on Discord. And again, submit your questions and we will answer them when we are done. We'll go backstage with you after this 9-game or whatever it was Wednesday night. All right, some drops. I've done this with Orlando. Pardon me. Hold on one second. I've done this with Orlando outside of Paulo and Franz. I've done this with Miami outside of Bam, Hero, and Wiggins. Doc, do you know where I'm going with this? I'm going to the Queen City of Charlotte. And everybody, not named LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, and Mark Williams is dead to me. Every one of them. Diabate, Nurkic, your boy Baugh. Okay, they're all dead to me. Josh Green. Nobody ever spikes. Nobody ever does a damn thing. Your boy Nick Smith, out. Okay, they're all waiver wire guys. The only 3 Hornets that matter are Ball, Bridges, and Williams. That's it. Okay, if you have anybody else on your roster, cut them immediately and feel good about it. Doc, Zachary Sachet, bye-bye. 8 points in 21 minutes here on Wednesday. He is in a sucky little pattern right now. Drew Holiday. Hey, Drew. Woo! 9 points in 35 minutes. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. Drew Holiday is a waiver wire guy, and he's one of the best dudes in the NBA, okay? Everybody loves Drew Holiday. I've never met him. Seems like a hell of a guy. Not mad at him as a person. I'm not even really mad at him as a player. I just don't mess with him anymore. Khalil Ware had another nickels and dimes line tonight. I'm out. I can't do it. Coach Bud, you know what? I'm in a really good mood, Doc. I'm in a very peaceful way right now. I don't want to do it. So, Coach Bud, beep. Okay, back to our program. Bol played 17 minutes tonight, Doc. And guess what? Nick Richards did not play. Grayson Allen did not play. Bol is never, ever, 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 ever going to do anything significant and substantial for any kind of period of time in the NBA. It's never going to happen. I hate that I'm saying that. I'm trying to reverse jinx it. It's wildly and maddeningly annoying how the NBA treats Bol. I can't, dude. I can't.
And sadly,
makes me mad.
Sadly, this was the year, right? Like, we've got toxic environment in Phoenix. We've got chaos. We've got Coach Bud. Like, dude, we've been so mean to Steve Kerr. Coach Bud has been way more annoying to me. Like, I don't like what he's doing in Phoenix. I don't like what he's doing Bol. I don't think his team likes him. He's sort of like run himself out of town, I feel like. And you just mentioned all those guys that were out tonight and all this toxic environment. If there's ever a time that Bol should be playing 30 minutes a night just because, it should be right now.
It's unreal.
And he just won't play him. And like, this was his shot. And I think if there was a different coach in Phoenix, and if the whole Bradley Beal trade thing didn't happen.
Hate on him too, bro. All these coaches hate on Bol. I don't get it. Dude, it's one thing if Bol gets 30 minutes and puts up a Nebhard line with 8 points and 3 rebounds and 2 assists and no blocks, no steals, and 1 3. Okay, if you give us Nebhard lines, who's your boy from back in the day you always bring up that played a lot of minutes, never did anything statistically?
Eric Snow.
Okay. If Bol is having Eric Snow lines out there, cool. I get it. Thumbs up. Put him back to the bench. Stay ready group. He ain't that guy.
Isaac Okoro,
great call. When Bol gets minutes, he produces. He makes plays. He impacts games. we just got to move on. I don't know what to say. Bull, we love you over here. We got you. Okay, we got you. But we kind of don't got you because we got to cut you and send you to waivers because these. Again, I got to change the subject because like profanity is ready to just like ooze out of my mouth. Caleb Martin and Max Christie. Goodbye. Okay. All right, Doc, give me 3 fallers after what you viewed on Wednesday night.
I don't think I gave you my risers. Oh, are we starting with fallers? Kyle Filipowski, I can only rely on you when Walker Kessler is out, apparently. I thought we were to a point where Filipowski and I had an understanding that if Kessler's playing, you're still going to ball. And he had an okay line tonight, I think. It was nothing special, but just the way things have gone over the last couple weeks with him, I will only play Filipowski if the starters are all sitting out. Filipowski tonight had 9
like
points, 8 boards in
something.
16 minutes. But that's the problem. 16 minutes, man. I can't roll with that. So I'm kind of down on Filipowski, and I love him. I love his game. I need those other guys to sit if I'm going to play him. Kelly Olynyk, your guy, banged up, old. Yeah, friendly fantasy game. I'm out. I don't have time to wait around for that. And then you mentioned him earlier, Andre Drummond. Like he's circling the drain. He's like Ratatouille. He's like Ratatouille in the toilet, like circling around. He's like, he's going to go bye-bye because the Sixers are trying to lose. And I'm going to miss Andre Drummond. He's actually been effective for me at times this year in my deep league. So those are my 3 guys.
All right, I got Kelly Oubre, Doc. He played 26 minutes tonight. Jared Butler played 35. Ricky Council played 33. And pardon me, I have a nasty itch in my eye. Who is that? Doughton played 29. Okay. Kelly Oubre is now getting Steve Kerr'd. Where
the tank effect.
It's the tank effect. So they don't want to play Oubre 38 minutes because that enhances
they might accidentally win.
Exactly. So they're going to play him 26 minutes and keep Kelly from helping them to try to win because Kelly only has 1 speed. Kelly ain't out there trying to lose. Kelly's out there trying to make plays and win. And by the way, Daryl Morey sat down with Nick Nurse and he goes, Nick, this is what you're going to do. Because if this was up to Nick Nurse, he'd be playing these guys huge minutes and trying to win. But Daryl Morey's like, come on over here, buddy. This is how we're going the rest of the year. This is the Daryl Morey Sixers right now. Tanky Sam Hinkie is somewhere very proud of the tank that Philly is putting on right now. Where am I in my notes? So I love Kelly Oubre, but I'm going to have to send him back to waivers. And I was wondering if he was even going to play tonight, missed the previous game with an ankle. They're probably not going to play him in back-to-backs moving forward now because that's kind of how you tank. You just don't play these guys. And then you lower their minutes when you do play them. At least they're playing, right? It's a happy medium to just shutting them down altogether. I'm okay with it because it's an improvement. Kristaps Porzingis, Doc, did you know he's missed 7 straight games? Kristaps Porzingis has missed 7 straight games. I looked at that. I was so anesthetized by him being on injury reports, right? Questionable, doubtful, questionable, doubtful. I'm like, boom, I'm in a coma. I no longer care. I don't have any shares of Porzingis. So but I looked it up tonight. I'm like, bro, he's missed 7 games in a row. The guy's a myth, man. He's so freaking talented. But that's a faller to me. Where is he when you need him most? Huh? He's in the INJ spot.
He's chilling with Paul George.
Brutal. Dude, the news on J-Dub, and I want your take on that. Actually, let me give you the PJ Washington thing here. Remember, there was a report that he was upgraded on the injury report for Wednesday's game to questionable. Ooh, is PJ Washington playing? What's up? No, he didn't play. So I would love to make a blue reference, but I won't. It's a family show. I'll just say I got pump faked, Doc. on PJ Washington. So buzzkill. Now he's probably out for the year, like we thought before. Doc, Jalen Williams of the Oklahoma City Thunder did not play, as we knew he would not, at Boston. He does not have a timetable for return. Dude, this is such a buzzkill, man. Bron out, Brunson out, J-Dub out, right when we're trying to win fantasy titles, and it blows, man. But what's your thought on the new Scottie Pippen here blowing this tire with this hip, and he doesn't have a timetable?
It sucks, but they're good enough to win without him. Like it doesn't even faze me in the OKC quest for a championship. I think he'll be back for the playoffs. Hopefully he's back before then. They've dealt with Holmgren and Hartenstein and injuries to a lot of guys. And nothing phases this team. You know, no J-Dub, they go into Boston and kick their ass. They're just really, really good. They're well coached. SGA is on a mission. The whole team is on a mission. I'm kind of surprised we haven't talked about this already tonight, but you were all in on Aaron Wiggins. He played a lot of minutes. He just had an off night, missed all of his shots. I was kind of in on Lou Dort, and I think Isaiah Joe is still in the mix there. Are you still feeling Wiggins as the guy to fill in for J-Dub?
I am, because he started tonight. Now, I will say this, Doc, he face planted tonight. Aaron Wiggins wet the bed tonight, bro. He was 0 of 9. Bro.
He had a bad game. It happens.
Dude, 3 of 12 for 8 points is a bad game. He went like this, Doc. Bagel, bro. Put some cream cheese on it. I don't like cream cheese. I think cream cheese is disgusting. You probably like cream cheese, don't you, Doc?
In certain circumstances.
You like cream cheese on a crusty ass bagel?
Cream cheese is a big ingredient in a Skyline chili dish that we like to make around here. So I do enjoy it there. But generally speaking, I'm not one of those. Like my grandma, I remember her being like 90 years old and putting like Philadelphia cream cheese and jelly on a cracker and give it like, here you go. And it's good. Yeah, I'm okay with cream cheese. I just don't buy it. I don't eat a lot of cream cheese. I do like cream cheese a hell of a lot more than cottage cheese. I'll say that.
I don't like mushy stuff, man. I don't like sour cream. I don't like guacamole. I don't like any of that stuff.
Yeah,
man.
same. I'm saying.
Gross, disgusting. Yeah, Aaron Wiggins sucked tonight. So look, there's nothing in stone that says he's starting here without J-Dub. I think he's going to continue to start, but the way he played tonight, heck, Dagenau could go Hartenstein starting in the next game with Case and Wallace, with SGA, with Chet, and with Dort. So Aaron Wiggins might have shot his way out of the starting lineup with this game.
Nah, man, it's one game. He's fine. Dagenau ain't gonna wrap him up just yet. But I still am a Dort guy. You're a Wiggins guy, and we'll just leave it at that. I still think Wiggins is going to be okay. Wiggins was balling earlier in the year too. Like he's got game in him. He's got dog. He'll bounce back from this. Rick, another thing we haven't talked about in a few days. Where are we on the Paul George, Tyrese Maxey? Will they play again this season?
Okay, just super quickly on the Aaron Wiggins thing. Okay, I know what I said here. Like he might lose his starting job and all that kind of stuff, right? I'm just presenting possibilities. But I just want to make it clear. I am still on Aaron Wiggins like Doc. Okay, I am because even if he's coming off the bench, he's still going to play 28, 29 minutes. He's going to be a major part of the OKC plan. And tonight was a weird game. It was a weird game. Okay. Guess what? What are we doing, class, in the next game for Aaron Wiggins? We're going over his point prop. Okay. It's the same thing. We fade coming off of the huge, massive pop games, and we go over coming off of the wreckage games. And I'm telling you, the percentages are off the charts. Okay, we're going over on Aaron Wiggins in his next game for the point prop. I forgot where you took me,
Maxey
Doc.
and
I'm sorry.
George. Maxey and
Okay.
George.
They are done. They've been done. I'm to the point where I'm okay dropping Maxey and Paul George. Cut the cord. They are Dunsky. Because I know Daryl Morey is a fucking G, dude. He's a G. He ain't messing around. He's not going to mess around with the top 6 pick in this draft. He's not. He told Nurse, bro, I'm firing your ass if you play those guys. We're not playing them. Daryl Morey told his team, guys, come on in here. Sit down. Close the door. We're losing every game the rest of the way. Get out of here. That's how that went. I want to go 0-20 down the stretch. I'm telling you. He said.
All right. Let's do our studs and duds, bro.
Oh my God. We haven't done risers yet, bro.
Oh, we got to do risers. All right.
Make it quick. Speed is 3
Yeah, I was
risers.
going to say, I'm going to speed date this thing. My boy, Miles Bridges, MVP of my 30D team, balling. 31, 11, 4 blocks. Tyler Hero had a big night. These are all the guys I rattled off at the beginning of the show, much to the chagrin of you and our illustrious producer. Tyler Hero had 31, 6, and 7. My guy, Lou Dort, 13 points, 3 steals, 3 threes, maybe. I like Lou Dort. Quint Grimes, I can't stop talking about my boy. Miles McBride had an off shooting night, but he had like 4 steals. Like, as long as Jalen Brunson is out, you want Miles McBride in your lineup. Those are my risers.
All right, my risers, Doc. I had Miles Bridges as well. My God, he's playing great basketball right now.
Please
dude.
let him finish, please.
Holy cow. He's first round value right now. Mark Williams, 14 and 14 tonight. LaMelo Ball, hello. LaMelo Ball is helping fantasy managers maybe win a championship right now. Angels are singing, Doc. He went 25 and 9 tonight with 3 threes. I want to shout out Al Horford, Doc. He is a riser. Tonight, Al Horford, boss, as they used to call him in Atlanta. The great Ryan Cameron, the old PA announcer for the Hawks. Tonight, 18 and 10, 6 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Previous game, I'm going to say this fast, rapid fire style, okay? 14 and 9, 4 assists, 1 block, 3 steals. A lot of goodies here. Previous game, 12, 9, and 4, 2 blocks. Previous game, 19 and 8, 3 steals. Last 4 games. Al Horford, balling right now. Doc, Andrew Wiggins can't help but score 20-plus points for the Miami Heat. Did it again tonight. 22, 3, and 5, 3 blocks, 2 threes. Andrew Wiggins is fucking killing it right now, guys. Fred VanVleet came back tonight. He stunk, but he's back. 10 points, 4 assists, had a couple of threes in 28 minutes, but I'm stoked that he's back. He's a riser. And Collins, Markkanen, and Sexton for Utah. They're not dead yet, folks. They actually played ball tonight, and they're obviously very good players. All right, let's move on to the duds of the night. The duds. No, the studs. My bad. The studs. Miles Bridges, who's getting a lot of pub right now. 5 threes, 2 steals, 4 blocks. My goodness. 11 fantasy gold goodies. Holy shit. 31, 11, and 5. Trae Young shot the ball like garbage, didn't make a 3, but 35, 7, and 12. Derek White in a DQ, Doc. He fouled out. Jaylen Brown fouled out because of the foul merchant, they call him. They're just hating. But, dude, Derek White, are you kidding me, dude? 6 blocks? Wait a minute, that's 6 threes. 6 threes, 3 blocks, 2 steals. Hey, my boy Walker Kessler, 9, 14, and 5 with 6 blocks and 2 steals. I like it. What you got on the studs of the night, Doc?
I mean, I talked about most of those dudes already because I'm just all fired up over here. Trae Young, Hawks got a big win, covered the spread, and then Denver ruined it because they got blown out by Minnesota. Come on, bro. Minnesota's won like 6 or 7 in a row. What is happening? Trae Young was awesome. He's really the only awesome thing. Him and Dyson Daniels for the Hawks are they're super fun. Everybody else is just sort of like treading water. Derek White, great game. Sorry you got whooped by Shea, the MVP. And then your guy, Walker Kessler, who you cannot depend on. Like, because they all played this game, does it mean all of them sit the next game?
I don't know. It's Utah. I think Kessler's pattern, Doc Kessler's pattern is when he's healthy, he plays, but he does not play in both sides of a back-to-back. So he rests at one of those sides. The Markkanen, Collins, Sexton thing feels like they pretty much don't play ever, but then randomly they pop up and all play the same game together. So I don't have a good read on that, but I do have a good read on Kessler. Top waiver wire performances: Luke Kennard, 7 3-balls, 30 points. Jared Rhoden, we are recommending picking him up right now. Here's the thing with Rhoden. He is starting. He may even start after Barnes quickly and Barrett come back. Okay, that's why Rhoden is somebody you need to look at here. 25 and 12, 5 assists, 4 steals, 4 threes. My goodness, Al Horford, I just gave you the goodies on him.
On Rhoden, real quick, this will be his best game of the year. He's not going to do this again. So if that's what you're looking for, don't waste your time. He's 0% rostered, except I know one league that he is rostered in, and it's called 30 deep. But it's going to take another perfect storm of all those guys being out for Toronto for him to go off. But it's silly season, man. I mean, this is what happens, and they could continue to rest these guys. So
the duds of the night, Doc, Christian Braun, who is in a funk right now. He was on fire, and like the last 3 games or whatever it is, he's been doo-doo, which is my word of the night. 6 points, 4 rebounds tonight. Really nothing else in 32 minutes. Brutal. Aaron Wiggins, we talked about him. We're hanging in there with him, though, okay? Peyton Pritchard was awful. 3 of 10. Sam Hauser, what do you do after a pop game, guys? What do you do? Sam Hauser, remember his previous game, 30 points, 9 threes, whatever it was. What do you have tonight, Doc? He was 1 of 4. I'm telling you, the fade off of the career pop game it's got to be undefeated. Yusuf Nurkic and Zach Edey suck tonight as well. I want to get into, with our last couple of minutes here, Doc, some rotational stuff. As we look at the Thunder were interesting tonight. They had been starting Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. Jason Tatum at power forward for Boston. So they went a little bit smaller with the OKC lineup. And that's why I've just got that thought in my head that maybe Aaron Wiggins, even with J-Dub out, goes back to the bench. If they want to go with a Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren, Lou Dort, Cason Wallace, SGA kind of look. So I wanted to bring that up.
I don't really have much to say about that, but I'm trying to wrap my head around the fact that Yusuf Nurkic is rostered in 63% of Yahoo. We just talked about 15 guys that should be rostered in front of Yusuf Nurkic. That's what we're saying. Like, hey, would you pick this guy up? Well, it depends. Am I sitting on Yusuf Nurkic? Then yes, I would. I'd rather have that dude, Adem or Bona. I'd rather have Bona from Philly than Nurkic at this point. Like,
oh yeah,
give me some tankers that I think have a shot at playing big minutes, because it ain't happening for Nurk. Like, even if they shut Mark Williams down, Diabate is going to play, not Nurkic. Like, come on, guys.
Jeremy Grant out tonight once again. Lonnie Walker left and did not return after hitting his head. Hopefully he can make it back pretty quickly, but that was a buzzkill. I did have a point prop over on Lonnie Walker tonight. Guys, that is it. We are near the end of this run, but I have great news for you, okay? You guys were nice enough to submit a bunch of questions, and we're going to be nice enough now to go backstage with you guys. The solos are over. The crescendos are over. The harmonizing. is over. The Doc front man strut is over. The show is over, but we now go backstage with you guys. Before we do, want to remind you, subscribe to the Fantasy NBA Today podcast. If you enjoy our work, please leave a 5-star review. We'd really appreciate that. Subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel, and if you enjoyed it, give the video a thumbs up. And check out sportsethos.com. Get the Fantasy Pass. Look, it's cheap. It's going to help you win. The MLB Draft Guide is out there, and it's amazing. I'm contributing to it. And it's amazing because the other guy's not me. You can get my writings out there, Doc's writings out there at sportsethos.com, and download the app. It's completely free, the Sports Ethos app. For Andre Lemouche, for Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, I'm Rick Kamla. This episode of the Fantasy NBA Today Ethos After Dark has been brought to you by Bet Online. Hi, we're backstage. Could I have a Stella Artois, please, as we kick it backstage after the show? Okay, let's get to the questions here. Doc, Beam Team says, who's the snag from Kuminga or D'Lo or Trey Jones? From Beam Team. Doc, you go first here. Kuminga, D'Lo, Trey Jones. Go.
I'm going Trey Jones, because it sounds like Kuminga is going to miss, or not Kuminga. It sounds like Giddey's going to miss a few games, which could be 3, it could be 5. I don't know. D'Lo, it just feels like he's always one minor tweak away from missing another 2 weeks for a terrible team. And then Kuminga, I really don't know what Steve Kerr is doing with him. So I think I'm going Trey Jones.
To me, it's Trey Jones, and it's not close. For all the reasons you said, I don't think Kuminga's a pickup right now. I don't trust that Steve Kerr is going to play him more than 24 minutes, and I don't trust Jonathan Kuminga to hit threes and steal and block the ball, because he doesn't steal and block the ball. He is not a fantasy gold guy. He's not even really a PRA guy. When he's cooking, he's some points and some rebounds, and that's about it. That's about it.
All right.
I like him in reality. All right. D-Chan 87. Is Max Christie still worth holding on to? Kamla chuckled. He hasn't taken that step that we all expected. Is Trey Jones a good pickup for him? Yes. Do you have anything else to add to that, Doc?
I still think Max is going to do something by the end of the season, but I would rather have Trey in my lineup right now than Max.
Okay, so you're cutting Max Christie, but keeping your eye on him, whereas I have cut Max Christie, and he's now dead to me. So that's where you and I are a little bit different on that.
Correct.
Doc is leaving the door open to Max Christie. I guess I kind of am too, but it's going to be harder for him to get back in my good graces. Again, is that AI or Al? I'm going to go with Al. With Filipowski needing Kessler out, should I drop him and add Orlando Robinson or Scoot Henderson? Good question. I would rather have Kyle Filipowski than Orlando Robinson, Doc, because I don't trust that Collins and Markkanen are going to play. Kessler's not going to play in one side of the back-to-back. But here's the thing with Orlando Robinson. They got this kid, Castleton. He's been playing pretty well. Pirtle is still playing. I don't think they're going to shut down Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, and Emmanuel quickly. Okay, I don't. So I think tonight was the tank off with Philadelphia. So I believe that there is going to be a minutes crunch for Orlando Robinson. I know he went savage tonight. Again, fade him. Okay, that was his best game of the year, and he's not going to do that again. But Filipowski or Scoot is – I'm going – oh, my God. I'm going Filipowski. I'm still on Filipowski, Doc. I'm not off. If Scoot's lines are just really – Scoot's lines are very muted to me right now. They're just not doing it for me.
If O-Rob does it again in his next one, then I might be able to make a case for O-Rob, but right now it's Filipowski. He's a faller, but I love Filipowski. I think that's the bottom line.
How about versus Scoot? Filipowski or Scoot? Who are you rostering?
I still think it's Filipowski.
All right, so we agree on that one. Manning says, was Chet a good pick in the 6th round? Huh. Yes. I'm not even going to look at numbers and I'm going to say yes because he came back earlier than we all thought he was going to come back. And here we are, playoff time, and you've got Chet Holmgren putting up fat lines against the Boston Celtics when it matters the most. I say yes.
Third round value on the season.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And he's balling right now. He's balling when it matters.
Yeah, he's balling. Slat. In a points league, I want to pick up Orlando Robinson. Who should I drop from these guys? Moody, Klingon, Kevin Huerter. Woo. I don't know that I would drop Kevin Huerter right now. I don't. I want to look up his game log.
Kevin Huerter.
I do. Kevin Huerter's my guy. I just looked him up and I was like, Kevin Huerter's been a little bit better than I thought. Okay, last 3 games. 13 points, 3 threes, 3 steals, 1 block. 11 points, 3 steals, 1 3. 13 points, 3 threes, 1 steal. Kevin Huerter's a goodie guy, man. I'm not, and the minutes are there. 25, 30, 34. And no Giddey, no Io, no Lonzo. I'm not dropping Kevin Huerter right now. I would not. I would, if you have to have Orlando Robinson, drop Moses Moody.
And I've got Moses Moody's game log pulled up here. Andre said we found the one Kevin Huerter fan. Moody's last 3 games, dude, sick. 20 points with hardly anything else. 12, 7, 3 steals. He has 4 blocks over his last 2 games, 10. Moody's actually played a little bit better the last couple of days. Is the answer Donovan Klingon, dude? Is that where we're at? Is that where we are? I just cannot believe that Klingon.
I'm not dropping Klingon for O-Rob. Klingon showed a pulse in his last game. I'm not dropping Klingon for O-Rob.
What did he do tonight? Do we know?
I will look it up. I've got the Portland.
They lost to the Knicks.
Portland covered. Let's go. Dante Culpepper, baby. Your boy Cam rolling. I knew they were a good bet. Portland was a 4.5 home dog tonight. Give me a break. Come on. They
Dante
lost.
Culpepper?
But they covered.
Why are you talking about Dante Culpepper?
Because because I'm a nerd. That's why.
Klingon had 6 points,
nerd.
12 boards, and 3 blocks.
That's a good.
I'm cutting Kevin Huerter. You're cutting Moses Moody.
Brutal. Cutting Kevin Huerter after all those goodies. Come on. Pardon me. Is where a drop in a points league according to Slat. Doc, you go first on this one.
Yes, it's a points league. The blocks. He's just not scoring points. He's not getting double-digit rebounds. He's just. It's sad. I love Khalil Ware. I want Khalil Ware to play, but I think he's a drop. Got to find somebody who can score points. Stream that position.
Doc, can I get sarcastic and very real with you and our audience for a minute?
Yeah.
Because I don't usually play points leagues. Okay. This year I'm in 2 Yahoo Public points leagues. And again, I was bored preseason, sitting on the couch, probably watching some dumbass movie, and was like, I feel like drafting right now. That's why I do those drafts, right? It's candy. It's like the little games you play on your phone. I've lost 1 game in 2 of these leagues this year. All right. You know why points leagues are so easy, Doc? And this is where, like, I'm not being sarcastic. It sounds like I am. Draft guys that score points. Categories don't matter. You don't need to go with block steal guys. You don't go with the goodie guys in points leagues. You go with the guys that score points. Literally, all you do the whole draft is just take RJ Barrett and Jalen Green and just guys that are going to score 20 points a game. That's all you do. That's all I did. That's all I ever do in points league.
You don't need a point
1
guard.
loss all year.
You don't need a point guard. You don't need a shooting guard. You don't need a center. Like, Well, you need a center because you got to play centers, but you literally don't need assists, steals, or blocks on your team. And blocks,
just drop points.
Yeah, you're
just
right.
Whoever's, and I'm like overly simplifying it, but I'm not. I mean, because I've done this. I've lost one game all year. Okay, I explained the one game I lost was because Zion was tripping that week. Otherwise, I'd be undefeated in 2 leagues, and we are here 1 week out from the playoffs. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying they're very easy. All you have to do is to print money in these points leagues. Just go for the points, and you'll win these leagues. I promise. Slat says, do you guys think LeBron or Sabonis will play next week? We think Sabonis is going to play on Thursday night. Doc, do you think LeBron's going to play next week?
I do, yes. Like that positive report to Shams didn't get leaked out there by accident. LeBron's people are like, yeah, he's going back to LA. He's going to chill. He's feeling good. I think he's coming back next week.
I'm going to rock with you. I'm too close to it. I have him in the Cam Dynasty. The Cam Dynasty playoffs start next week. So I'm kind of like, I mean, I really want him back, right? So I'll just leave it at that. Al says, at Slat, I had the same question about JJJ. What question is...
Is he going to play next week?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
Memphis
there's a lot of injuries.
Memphis is a different story, dude. We never get updates out of Memphis. And, I haven't heard Jaren Jackson's name in a minute. Gigi Jackson's been playing. I really don't know. I guess we should probably look up the latest news piece. I mean, you guys can see the same thing we can see. So I have no feel for if Jaren Jackson Jr. is coming back next week. I'm going to lean towards no. He was on the floor for shoot around on Friday 6 days ago. I mean, it makes sense that Jaren Jackson Jr. would be about due to come back next week. I'll tell you what, we'll know more Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll figure it out this weekend.
I got to give you an I don't know because I just don't. So I'm not going to guess at an answer. It's just sorry. I mean, I think it's maybe the first time all year I've answered a question with an I don't know, but it's what I got right now. Slat says Alvarado is on my wire. Is he worth a pickup in a points league? Doc, you go first.
Points league. That's tough. I'd rather have Brandon Williams, I think, in a points league. There's probably some other guys I'd rather have that we talked about.
We're on the same page because I Quentin Grimes to me, if he's on waivers, because Quentin Grimes is scoring a ton of points and you need points. Miles McBride. Bam. I'd rather have Jose than Miles McBride. I would. That's where you and me are parting ways in the road. But I would way rather have. Way is probably strong. I would rather have Brandon Williams than Jose Alvarado right now. Because Brandon Williams is putting points in the hole, okay? And Jose is like giving you like solid overall lines, but solid overall lines aren't honored nearly enough in points leagues. Points are honored in points leagues. Slat says, is it possible that Utah guys start playing now that they got fined? That may be what's going on here. And I love that the NBA did this. Again, Doc, the anti-tanking movement is in full effect. I have my hand on the steering wheel of that bandwagon. You know who else does, Doc? Adam Silver.
They got fined $100,000. They don't give a damn about that.
But dude,
they'll just do it. They'll do a better job on the cover up.
It's the principle. I mean, look, they got fined. They played all their guys that we thought were shut down. It's working.
This next question is for Rick. Because
I
don't have an answer. Rick?
I would rather have Jared Roden. Nerdy Nerd asks, is AJ Lawson a pickup? Because Jared Roden has been starting. Because he's been putting up some good lines. AJ Lawson's been putting up some good lines. Because Roden has been starting, and because I believe he has a chance to start after the big boys return, I say Roden is a better pickup than Lawson. If Roden has already been picked up, then yeah, roll the dice on Lawson. I mean, Drop Bol, drop Max Christie, drop Khalil Ware, drop Drew Holiday, drop Reese Shea, drop any damn Hornet that you might have on your roster, not Bridges, Ball, or Williams. WS says, is Isaiah Collier and Donovan Clingan a drop in a 12-team 9-cat league? Doc, what do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, it depends on who you're looking to pick up, but in general, what Donovan Clingan did tonight, I didn't look and see what Collier did tonight. Did he?
He was solid. He was solid. He had one of those Collier nights where just kind of like 1 steal, 1 3, if 11 points, like
11, 4, 6, 1, 7 turnovers.
Yeah.
Coach. But
I don't care about the turnovers.
No, I don't.
By the way, I'm losing turnovers to Aaron Bruschi this week.
I'm losing turnovers as well.
Dude, I lose turnovers. I'm not making this up.
The only time I won them was last week.
It's
only time I won them was last week.
There are a few things I hate more on this planet than the turnover category in fantasy basketball. It is the dumbest statistic that we have. It's not dumb in reality, okay? Your favorite team lost tonight. They had 21 turnovers. Okay, that's a huge story in the game. They were sloppy with the ball. They got to fix it, blah, blah, blah. In reality, totally get it. In fantasy, we don't have to play with turnovers. We don't have to do it. We create the rules over here. These are our leagues, our backyards, okay? Our worlds. We do not have to play with turnovers. Doc, tell the people, why do we lose the turnover category every week? Why does Rick Kamla and Steve Alexander, we are the GOATs of fantasy basketball. Why do we literally lose a category every single week?
Because we have the best players on our team that have the ball in their hands at all times and turn it over a lot.
Because we have more bomb players than you do. Bomb players turn the ball over more. So your team isn't as good as ours. And so we lose turnovers every week. But see, the thing is, we're going to beat you in the PRAs and in the fantasy gold, and that's what it is. Do we have any more questions here? That's night. Andre says, would you praise Steve Kerr's rotations this season to not have turnovers in fantasy? Yes.
Hey, I have one.
Andre, I would.
I have one final question, Rick. Andre mentioned.
I'm just saying. Yeah, I would like. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to get on my hands and knees, okay? But I would offer Steve Kerr some disingenuous praise on his rotations to not have turnovers in fantasy basketball. Doc, go ahead.
Andre asked in the notes that we looked at in that email, is Peyton Pritchard droppable?
No.
I don't think he is either.
Nope. He's, like you said, Doc, he's a home run hitter. You play fantasy baseball. Hey, Doc, do home run hitters hit 10 to 12 home runs every month?
It depends on which home run hitter you're talking about. But
okay.
No, they come in bunches.
Judge.
They come in bunches.
They come in bunches. Ding, ding, ding. You'll have a guy, he'll have 14 home runs one month, and he'll have 5 the next. Then he'll spike back up and have 15 homers. Then the next month he'll have 7. It's what happens. Peyton Pritchard's in one of those ruts. We've seen a lot of players. Jalen Green went into a cold spell, right? Halliburton got off to a slow start to the season. It is what it is, man. I think Peyton Pritchard is just in a dry spell and a little slump, and I think he'll be fine. I definitely would not drop Peyton Pritchard. All right, Doc, we out, man. Anything else you want to tell the people before we get out of here? We're going from backstage. Where are we going, dude? Are we going to the luxury tour bus, or are we going to the Four Seasons in one of the back rooms there? Where are we taking this post-show
I think we're
party?
going to the baby. I think we're going to the baby nursery and make sure everybody's okay in there, and then you'll know whether Soren took the trash can up tomorrow by whether or not I'm at the show tomorrow night. Because if I take that trash can up that driveway, I'm probably dying of a heart attack. So.
Soren, take the trash to the top of the street, please. Oh my, top of the driveway. Anyway, guys, we love you. Thank you for staying up late with us. Thank you for going backstage with us, man. You guys rock. Download the app, the Sports Ethos app. It's completely free. And big thanks to Andre Lemouche for all he does. We love you guys. For Doc, for Andre, I am Cam. We will see you Thursday night at midnight. Or are we on at 11? Are we on at midnight? Are we on at 11? I think we're on at midnight on Thursday night. Are we on midnight on Thursday night? We're on midnight Eastern on Thursday night. So we'll see you then. And this backstage hang with Cam and Doc, the OGs, the GOATs, has been brought to you by Bet Online. See ya.